game it.
Oh, for sure. They didn't counterpick him in this one. There is this Bane. There is going to be a Spirit Vessel later on coming out from the Coddle against DP, Morphling, and IO. Enfeeble and Spirit Vessel going to do a lot, but you need to get to that point. We're not talking about the really early game. Razor against Morphling. Let's see. Is there a gush? There is. That's the first blood. Oh.
I mean, he's got a smile. I mean, what else can you do there? What else can you do? Sometimes you get first blooded as you try and get to your tower, at least the safety of the tower that he was going for. As yeah, we saw last game, the Chicken Fighters definitely much was their plan to really punish Gorg and crush his game. It looks like that's going to be completely what they stick with as a game plan here as they get that first blood.
They get him. They want to get into his head, but he is untiltable mountain. They can't touch him. And looking at how they're going to be setting up the lanes, it seems like it's going to be Razor. Oh, there might be swapping things around. Okay, okay. So it's going to be safe lane Tidehunter.
All right.
This is something that gaming gladiators do quite a lot. It doesn't necessarily mean that Tidehunter is going to be solo. It's just they want to have this Razor against Morphling and Bane. So there's going to be a lot of harassment coming up from these two. And also, maybe they just wanted to have like... Because Razor into Mars, he can get speared away. But if you dodge the spear, there's a lot of kill threat. But I guess they just want to be able to shut down Morphling. And also Nyx Assassin. This gives Razor also a free lane. Nyx Assassin, this was the last pick, remember? Yeah. So this hero doesn't provide you with much at early stage. Very weak. He has the 17 seconds cooldown ability. They just got to kill on bottom.
Yeah, they're able to get the Gushing on Ixon, and then Era's just clicking him down. So another kill here for Chicken Fighters already.
This got me a bit surprised. I was like talking about Nyx Assassin, how useless he is in the lane, and then I see IO dying instantly.
Let's see how much Gorg can get out of this top lane. How much Pablo can do to try and get him some space as the Morph against the aggression of the Razor Bane.
It's a tough one. I mean, I already said, you know, Nyx Assassin, he uses stun and then
that's it.
AFKs pretty much. That's what he does. Even if he gets like 2 points in stun, 2 points in carapace. This hero is really good when you survive the laning stage. All you need is levels pretty much. But problem is how you get there and how much your safe laner is going to suffer because you have an X5.
I'll see if Team Bold can make up for it for the matchups they have elsewhere on the map. Bottom lane so far, Radix has been farming very well. Obviously there was that unfortunate death of Ixon. And outside of that, Radix having no struggle. CSing here against Jibe's Tide. See some good bit of damage here as well with the knockback of the Spit. Jibe should still be safe. But good damage done by Radix and Ixon in this bottom lane. And he's built to fight here. He's already got the 2 braces on him, Mars. So Radix nice and beefy.
I don't think any of the offlaners are going to die in this matchup. Maybe a support if they get caught. On the mid lane, 15 CS for Ember, 11 on Dead Prophet. Ember doing really good considering what he's playing into.
Yeah, we saw Supreme have a really good game last game. This time doing it even more so in a matchup that's probably not quite as favourable. Having a solid opening. Top lane, Gorg. It's recovered very well on the CS. It's 18-2 against the Razors, 11-1. So after the initial slow start, that initial death heading towards the lane, he's dealing well. Of course, has that waveform to break away from the static link. C5 up desperately trying to find Gorg's courier, but he's not going to get the chance to. Gorg's already got it safely underneath the tower. So a solid start here from Gorg.
This is what Nyx Assassin can do in the laning stage. Throw a stun and then go for the high 5. I think that's his best play.
And it's working out so far. Gorg, top CS. And bottom lane, Ixon. He's again getting caught out by the two of them there. He's got to be a bit more careful. It's the second time that he's been blown up by the Tide and the Coal. I guess as long as Jibe survives, he won't be too upset. Nice bit of solo XP for the Mars, Jibe will say. See, top lane, an attempt on Pablo. Some good body blocks. That should be enough here. A couple of slaps from the Razor should do it. See, Pablo tries best with the jukes around the tree line. Ooh, he's making them work for it, but they will get the job done. Coma takes him down.
Next got the moves, but in the end falls down. It's only position 5. They don't get too much gold from it, but they will definitely take it. Eventually, they will need to swap the lanes. Like, Razor's not going to be too comfortable playing the top lane, especially because he's like playing closer to the tower, and there could be a rotation coming up from the Dead Prophet. Razor is lagging a little bit.
Oh. A lot of
Well, they got to
lag.
decide whether it's a lot of lag or a decent amount of lag.
Oh, that's true. Actually, let's hope Koma's going to be good to keep going in a second. He hasn't left the game. Yeah, and for Gorg as well, so this is the Morphling, you know, you talked about some of the things that can threaten him. In terms of what's going to be there for Gorg to play with aggressively, is there some sort of strong heroes that you'll see him turning into in the mid-game fights?
He wants Razor.
Yeah.
I mean, they're two really good heroes. First of all, he wants to get the static link off on Razor, so kind of negating what Razor wants to do. And also being Ember Spirit's really good. Having the root mechanic against Ember also works out well.
See, bottom lane. Nice spear here onto Jibe. But again, after the initial burst, hard to finish him off, especially now that he's got the helm out. Pretty tanky and sustainable now as the Tide. Let's continue to fight and contest around this pool camp. Jibe. And stepping up once more, very, very low on the HP, but really relying on the fact that he's got that good armor and protection.
Era bringing some extra Jibe bringing some extra region on the courier. 2 points in Kraken Shell. I think it's more about survivability, and as you mentioned, having the Helm of Ironville, so extra HP region and armor, also sitting near the tower, so he has 12 armor right now. Doesn't synergize much with Chakra, like he refreshes your ability, but they're not maxed out, so sometimes it's better to go for this play. Maybe if he didn't have it, he would have died, and they're trying to make a move on him.
Yeah, good spear and good move from Excalibur. Down towards the bottom lane, Jibe was not prepared for that one as Excalibur gets the Ghost out. Fortification will be there, but they'll have another push coming in. Team Bold should have the chance to get a bit of damage done to this tower. Top lane. Coma and 5 up, try and make a move onto Pablo, but Pablo's got the stun at the ready. Turns around and holds back the Razor. He'll be able to keep the two of them safe, or maybe not. No, okay, the Plasma Field will catch him. Coma still able to finish off the kill here as Pablo couldn't quite get far enough away. Caught just on the edge there.
Good move from Excalibur to deal some damage to the tower on the bottom, because he forced Ember Spirit to use a TP. So he used Remnant to TP back to the mid lane. So that means that he can't be active. He can't match his rotation, but stealing this stack is gonna be pretty juicy. No neutral items yet, unfortunately. We're 6 minutes in.
I can see that Supreme shooting up at the CS, 51 CS there, 6 minutes in. It's adding up very nicely for him. Excalibur will be able to force him to Remnant back away, but of course Supreme's going to be very happy with what he was able to take from that opportunity, that little bit of a window with Excalibur looking elsewhere on the map to make his move.
Ember Spirit getting the most out of these creep waves, dragging it once again to the neutral camp. This is a bit tough kill to get.
Yeah,
He's
this
full
stage
HP.
Now. 3 points in the Kraken now. He's pretty unkillable, Jibe, unless they get a third hero down here. And even then, that's always going to be a bit of a risk now that he's hit the 6. He has the threat of the Ravage. And good heroes to back him up as well if he sets up underneath his tower. Ember Spirit Supreme will definitely be on the lookout for potential rotations. All in all, Chicken Fighters starting to get a bit of an advantage here on their two main cores. As Coma takes the top spot. Getting a bit of a jump ahead of that of Gorg. As Gorg does continue to be kept held under the tower. Here's the movement down bottom. Supreme with the rotation. Radix will be able to land a solid spear there. Pushing back Jibe, making sure that the threat of a Ravage won't catch him. Tether across from Ixon. Just keeping Magic safe, off to the side, away from the remnants, doesn't matter. Supreme, he's in with his own, chases in, gets the chain control. And Ixon also cut down by Supreme. Big movement from the mid-ember, takes out both of them.
They do get a return kill on a mid lane. Exorcism about to be dropped. They're going to go for the tower. Era already TPing. He wants to be able to defend this tower. Going to blast the wave. Has the Urn of Shadow charge, which he's going to turn into Spirit Vessel. A lot of value from this item. They know that there's no glyph. They didn't kill the tower, and they'll already force it on the bottom lane. Here we can see some link-to-link action.
C5 up, and he's going to be able to hold Gorg in position. By time for them to wrap around. He's got only a couple of one charges, so won't have enough for the waveform. Just got to keep shifting up that strength and running. And it looks like he has at this stage now got enough stats to work with, so the strength's built up enough. Gorg will be able to walk back to base safely.
Mid tower is gone. Supreme needs to be careful. Pablo could set things up potentially with the Carapace. It's a good Nyx Assassin game. Once he gets his Carapace maxed out, there's a lot of uncontrollable damage coming out from Illuminate, Ember Spirit, Razor. He pops that Plasma Field. So it's going to be very easy to set things up. I want to see what like his item build is going to be. I know it's only position 5. This is not, you know, a Lanham, Nyx Assassin with Orb of Corrosion, Phase Boots, and Aghanim Scepter type of a... But I feel like you just need... maybe 2 fluffy hats, and if you can farm Eon Disc, that'd be great.
Oh, looking for the setup here on Supreme, and Pablo's got him. Stun into the silence. They'll catch Supreme out there, the two of them, with the stun and the silence of Excalibur and Pablo.
Love that Excalibur picked up the earlier point in silence, just that he has that little bit of extra control.
Yeah, good catch on Supreme there. For as well a player that's been playing rather sensibly. You know, Supreme popped off big time last game. They were barely able to catch him. But a little bit of a mistake round the river. Cost him his life. They can get back on to trying to push this wave right out in the mid. Make sure that they keep their tier 1 very, very safe here, Team Bold, as they're still yet to lose a tower themselves.
There is not much tower damage coming up from Chicken Fighters. Like, whenever you have Ember Spirit, you know that tower siege is going to be a bit slow. Their offlaner doesn't do anything in terms of tower damage. Shibe.
Yeah, top line. Pablo.
He's deeping in.
He's able to set up and they come in with a relocate. Shibe will get the Ravage out onto the 3 of them. Grip to follow up. They're looking to focus out the IO. Make sure Excalibur's going to have trouble getting back out of it. But Excalibur showing his strength there. He's ready to run down and chase out Chicken Fighters. Despite killing the IO, Chicken Fighters, they're having a run. They'll continue to chase their team, but the arena's down from Radix. He's caught Shibe, 5 up, will protect himself with a Nightmare, but Gorg, he's going to look to finish off the kill. Turns into the Bane and uses the Brain Sap against him. As Team Bold take a very good fight here, quick moves. And of course, one of the strengths, again, of this Nyx Assassin, hunting out opportunities for relocates to come in to back him up. And behind that tower, despite Chicken Fighter's attempt to respond and use the Ravage, they just didn't quite have the damage or the threat yet to take the fight back against Team Bold.
Yeah, there was not too much follow-up on the Ravage. I think Razor is a lot of their damage, and if you take him out early on, you're kind of going to struggle a little bit. This is going to be a big timing for Chicken Fighters. Razor hitting that BKB, but as you said, like Nyx Assassin setting things up for relocate play,
yeah.
Always going to be strong. He is getting some levels. He bought the book for himself, so Pablo, like they survived the laning stage. It's not as hard, I would say, anymore. Now this Nyx Assassin actually is a hero.
Without doubt, we're getting a much closer game than game 1. You know, at this point, 12 minutes in, very, very close to being dead even. And Gorg, of course, is going to be much happier. Definitely going to get a chance to play his game here as the Morph. Not, you know, quite at the top, you know, but the difference between the course is very
the
small.
previous game, oh yeah,
in comparison to what he was able to get out of last game, yeah, this is, it's night and day. I'm gonna come in with a smoke. Radix wanting to make a move here. I mean, they've also got that opportunity to relocate in or out. Ixon also with the ult up. See what they can get here with the blink reveal from Radix. Taking out the Tide wouldn't be too bad of a start. I'll definitely settle for that one. Catching Jibei, stepping back into his jungle. Oh, wait, no. No, oh my goodness, he's actually out of there. All right, just...
What a giga cat TP that was.
That was pretty good. I got to give it to him there. That was some pretty good stuff. That's a good spell, Kraken Shell. They didn't have the damage. Well, anyway, back in the action on mid. Ragic seeing if he can set up something here. The relocate's coming in from Ixon. He'll bring Excalibur over. They've already been able to take down 5 up. We'll try and chase Era, but he's able to blast them back. I'll give him enough space to walk it off.
All right, I want to see that again. I mean, yeah. He looks pretty dead. Carapace is used.
Look how low he gets.
Smash. He has 20 HP.
I mean, yeah, they've just got nothing left. They've only got the right clicks. And of course, these 3 heroes pretty much doing nothing at all against the armor and the fact they've been Anchor Smash debuffed and into that Kraken Shell. It's all being blocked. So he just TP's back casually to base, and he makes it. And good stuff there from Jibei. And he's back, he's alive, you know, he's healed up, and he's got that Ravage ready to move out on the map. Going for the Aghanims here after the Helm and the Soul Ring.
No stick, no cloak, nothing. I guess this Helm of Iron Will is his, like, one item that is going to get him to another item, which seems to be the Aghanim Scepter. I don't mind Ags, it's really good. It also is a setup for potential Nyx Assassin stun, but synergizes well with Ember Spirit. It also slows them down for possibly Illuminate.
Oh! It's going to get the Ravage forced out of him here, and not a lot done with it. He'll die back on the top side of the map with the death of both offlaners as Ragix is chased out by Supreme.
And now he buys a Magic Wand on Tidehunter. Now, I mean, Magic Wand, the high value, like, it's very hard to play Dota without it. I think it's the most common item in the game. I think every pretty much single hero has it for a reason. And you're also playing into Mana Burn against Nyx Assassin. Doesn't have it yet, but eventually will have it, so it's always a nice grab. BKB about to be down on Razor. Unfortunately, they will not have Ravage. They would definitely love to have it. They are a bit limited in terms of stuns. They do have like a grip, chains, but in terms of like stuns, reliable stuns, they do not have enough.
So he goes straight away onto the bottom lane. They see Jibei pushing it out. Gorg will turn into Tide. Set up with the Gush himself. Stun from Pablo. Holds back Jibei. They should finish him out. Yep, they've got him. They'll be able to run him down. A couple of times now they've been able to knock out Jibei. Gorg getting involved. Very much keeping himself up towards the top here. I said incredibly close here between the 4 cores of both teams. And Team Bold, they're going to keep around for this push. They'll see if there'll be any response from Chicken Fighters. They'll start to smoke up, but this will be without Jibei and without the Ravage. And already in the trees, Pablo, he's scouting things out. He's got the setup with Spike Carapace straight away onto Supreme. They've got the combo to burst him. They're taking out the Ember. Now Chicken Fighters, they've got to be very, very careful about how they continue to stick around in this fight. Coma's trying to run, but Pablo, again, Spike Carapace holding back Coma for now. It's going to mean he has to pop it. He has to survive here. Some good aggression from Team Bold as Chicken Fighters starting to slip up a bit.
They also set up a ward behind the tower, so for the next fight, they're going to have it. BKB is available on Excalibur, so he's very tanky. Pops it.
Era, he steps back out on the lane. So Team Bold, they'll claim another kill out of this whole move.
Team Bold, it feels like they're controlling the game with their moves.
Yeah.
And going off for the right targets. Ember Spirit, no BKB yet, so it doesn't have a defense mechanism. There is potential like Nightmare, but it's a bit difficult to execute. They do have enough burst damage on side of Team Bold to be able to bring him down. And this is going to be a tower plus an outpost. Big Boy Philly drop for Chicken Fighters. Who's going to be picking it up? Probably going to be Coddle. Yeah, has a Spirit Vessel. We still haven't seen Spirit Vessel in action.
Oh. What's going on there? Pablo. Oh, he just died in the mid.
He got grip.
Oh, yeah, he did. Okay, I was going to say, this Tide didn't really use any spell there, so yeah, I knew it's been 5 up. Yeah, with this Manta on Gorg, he's going to be hard to control. Yeah, I'm going to have to rely on those ultimates to lock him down. Outside of that, Gorg's going to be sliding all over the place as the Morphling.
It's a good Morphling game. There isn't much control for him. There is no silence. He does have a Manta style on top of it to get rid of the chains. And can turn into 2 good targets, Razor and Ember Spirit.
A quick catch on 5-up. Do lose Ixon. See already Pablo, maybe seeing if he can catch something else for the team. He's sets up with the Spike Carapace, but they won't commit any further. Onto the Razor, knowing that the backup of Jibe was around and Ravage is up, so they've got to be very wary playing close to the tide. We'll see back in mid there, Ixon going down to Supreme.
Oh, that proc, it looked like it procced in the base.
Yeah, I think because, yeah, wasn't there the change? I think there was the change, right? If you're in the Sleight of Fist, it doesn't matter where you go, like the Sleight will hit you, even if you get out of the range of the AoE.
I don't remember reading that change. It's definitely not from the previous patch.
No, it was a while ago, right? Unless they just completely made it up.
No, it's fine. It's fine to lie during the broadcast.
That's right. It was a... Oh, wait.
If
BKB?
If you
I'm gonna check.
need to look smart, it's okay to lie. You can check it.
I'll check it. Let's have a look. When was that change to Sleight of Fist? It was many, many moons ago.
648B.
Did you... Well, you just pulled that...
Yeah, that's 15 years ago, the patch that I'm talking about.
15 years ago.
Rajix, they might be able to jump him. There's the grip.
Oh.
Not an actual jump, but...
He's dead.
They got him. That's a lot of text you need to go through, Owen.
No, I'm a fast reader. Oh! Can they blow him up? Excalibur! They got him with the opening, but the save's there. Big move from Ixon.
I think they need to get out.
Yeah, well, you think Team Bolt could turn the fight, or?
Gork is coming with the haste.
They're thinking about maybe taking this. Excalibur's TP'd over. Ixon will get caught by the chains, so he'll die. Gork, he wants to go. He's going to turn into Razor, link up Coma, and stay on the target. The BKB comes out for Coma. Coma's backing out. He's BKBing, TPing. He doesn't want to fight Gorg right now. Supreme's going to try and go for the TP, but with the damage that Gorg's already built up, Gorg's able to beat down Supreme through the BKB. They'll take the kill on the Ember.
They want to take the Roche. There's still half duration left on the Exo, and they're going to go in. They do have enough damage with the Morphling. That's why I thought they're going to go back immediately, because if they lose a core against Dead Prophet Morphling, and Roshan is being pinged out. Ember Spirit does not have buyback. He's the one pinging it.
I mean, they can't go without
There's
Ravage.
nothing they can do about it. Now, how's that change on the slide going?
Yeah, it's not there. I'm back to 2015. I wasn't even born then, so
go deeper. Just go.
I'm
down.
going deep. I'm just every slight fist change.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't tied to Sleight of Fist. Maybe it was tied to Maelstrom. That's why. Go check Maelstrom. Just kidding. No,
I don't know. I swear I remember what being like. Oh, that means that now it was. I thought it said that there was a change in 2015 about how it works with Fog of War, but
yeah, Fog of War.
That's not what I remember.
Well, some of the new mechanic status, like status resistance.
Yeah.
5 couriers. That's why it happened.
5 couriers. Crazy times are in nowadays, but good fun times. Pablo, that's a good setup here. Does Rajix want to do anything with it? Nah. He doesn't want to go. Doesn't want to go. They're happy chilling. Gorg's in a comfortable spot. He's got the Aegis. Top farm. What's he working on next? BKB. Do you think he does need the BKB this game, or do you think he might be thinking about something else as well? Saving up the gold for a full BKB. Is it necessary, or can he go a bit greedier?
I think getting Lincoln Sphere might be a better option.
True.
You're playing into Razor, you're playing into Grip, so might be a better choice. You also do need a little bit of extra mana.
I mean, because what's he worried about with the he wants the BKB, what, just for to fight without caring for the Ravage? Or?
I don't think BKB here is like that good of an item.
Okay, yeah.
If he decides to get like super tanky just to be able to fight Razor, full right click like Satanic Butterfly, Lincolns, I think it's a much better option. He did go for BKB. Maybe he thinks, I don't want to get jumped. I want to get another point of removing Spirit Vessel, removing the Enfeeble and Chain. So maybe he's prioritizing having another dispel mechanic.
They could, yeah, indeed, because there is quite a bit that he wants to dispel. For sure, and you know that Chicken Fighters with half of those spells will wait around the Manta usage to get them thrown in, so BKB keeps that covered for Gorg. It's in the mid, Supreme. Oh, nice move from Gorg. Changes into the Ember, he's able to chains 5 up and buy him time to close down. In with the blast of the adaptive strike, Pablo, he's got the stun, they haven't quite got the vision on the high ground. Supreme is able to BKB before any further lockdown comes in, but again we're seeing Chicken Fighters have to use these BKBs to get out a lot of the times. Without a doubt, Team Bold are the team at this stage keeping Chicken Fighters held in position. And they're having to be very reactive to Team Bold's movements. You can definitely feel that Team Bold's confidence and map control is certainly a bit better than Chicken Fighters right now, despite how close the numbers are.
We haven't seen like a really good move from Chicken Fighters, I would say, where they like make the usage of their items. It's like the execution has been a bit sloppy, I would say, so far. Tidehunter does have Aghanim Scepter with the Slight. That's going to hurt a lot of minus armor with that. Ember doesn't have a corrosion this time around. Just overall great item on Ember Spirit. Razor going for Scotty next, so his refresher timing is also going to be delayed. I can understand Scotty. Makes a lot of sense playing into 3 heroes that rely on heavy healing, so they will have Enfeeble, Spirit Vessel, and Scotty, so that's going to be pretty big. I think Pablo did a very good job in terms of scouting and setting up the kills, providing
he's had a great game.
The team.
Yeah, he's really making this last pick work. I mean, you know, they obviously were confident in it and the potential that the Knicks could provide, and Pablo has absolutely been executing. See top tower, Supreme is hiding in the trees. Yeah, he's going to get out as soon as he reveals with the Sleight of Fist. Nothing to be done against this push. They have to let the tower fall as Team Bold take another objective.
This game has been really even in terms of net worth. Less than 1k gold lead. That also means, like, even with Aegis, even with the towers, Chicken Fighters are still...
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, they're still in this game. And Razor has Refresher queued up and the Plate Melt, but they're going for the high ground. 45 seconds left. Yeah, and you can see it as well there from the win probability AI, how much they feel that Team Bold's in control. It was, I think, giving them an 83% chance at the moment. So it just goes to show that despite the numbers, there very much is a difference in the potential for one team to close this game out maybe a little sooner than you'd expect. Team Bold pushing up to the high ground here, 25 minutes in. And do you like this sort of build-up from Excalibur? Slipping in the Blink Dagger after his BKB this game. He picked up the Shard, I guess that's why. It's also a very good item against Tidehunter. I think that's his job, to be able to lock down onto Tidehunter, because Tide doesn't have a defensive item. There is 2 on Keeper of the Light, Force Staff, and Glimmer Cape, so he needs to be able to take care of it. Because that Prophet is really good and historically traditional counter to Tidehunter. You use Spirit Siphon, get on top of him, he can't crack on that off. With the Ghost, so you close the gap with the Blink Dagger. It's even better now with the Fear mechanic.
Yeah, it gives that extra element of having a bit of a timer. If you're Jibbe, if you get jumped on, do I want to put the Ravage? I've got to do it before I suddenly get feared. If I want to have an impact in this team fight. Extra pressure coming out with these items that Team Bold are getting against Chicken Fighters. Chicken Fighters, they tried to come out with a move there, but they don't find anyone. Team Bold keep themselves well positioned. You know that Pablo, with these sort of moves, scouting for maybe any potential solo push-outs of this lane so he can set up for relocates. Team Bold, I think they're not going to be feeling too much under the heat themselves. Gorg making good progression, getting this Scotty done next, about 2,000 gold off it. Still top farm, and you can probably feel that the game is going rather nicely for him here. 4, 1, and 3. Also the chance that they want to take it casual until the next Roshan respawn, which we'll see in just over a minute, whether it's going to be the shorter timing.
Yeah, Chicken Fighters, they will definitely try to go and contest that one. Era, he bought a gem. And now Ember Spirit's going to be holding it. He is afraid of Nyx Assassin initiating on him, so that's a good pickup, and also being able to D-ward. They still need to be able to enter the triangle. I think they know very well where Team Bold is, but they're gonna pop the Exo. This is Exo with Arcane Rune. No one's in the base right now.
They've got to do something about this push, Chicken Fighters.
And no glyph for 2 minutes.
Excalibur is getting burst low. Get the BKB off before the Fiend's Grip, and Ixon's going to be able to come in with the heals. Radix jumps in deep with the arena. They burst through the Bane. They'll look towards Koma. Gorg fighting back here. He did manage to get the static link off himself, so he's keeping the damage balance between the two of them. Still there, they're in with the jumping. Pots the man to Gorg. He's taken out. He's not able to wait for him out in time as he's locked out. Team Bolt, the rest of them, they'll back away. Ixon looks like he'll offer himself up as a distraction, make sure the rest of his teammates have got the space to escape.
It was a good grip to hold Dead Prophet for a little bit of time, forcing Io to use Relocate to get himself in a difficult position. And Gork overextending. They do have, like, he's not healing that much. Scotty and also Enfeeble, Spirit Vessel charges. Yeah, see the Dead Prophet.
Yeah.
Like, she's not moving. Gush, plus also Solar Bind. Like, these two abilities are very annoying for him. Ravage, he hit the backline, so the supports couldn't react immediately. He got the link off on Razor, but still, Razor deals damage. He's not solely relying on that static link.
Absolutely not. They did get the objective, though, Team Bolt. They got the melee racks, so still progression in that sense.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But of course, this is the timing, and it is actually going to be a bit of a longer respawn, which, with the state of that defense, definitely favors that Team Bold. If Roshan was up right now, they might have had the chance, Chicken Fighters, to sneak in and take that before Gorg was back up. But as it stands, with the 2 minutes until Roche is back on the map, very likely that Team Bold will be able to push that objective and make sure that it's Chicken Fighters that are having to take the tricky decision of how to approach the fight.
We know when Roshan is going to spawn. It's going to be almost a full 2 minutes from now on. So all the abilities are going to be ready for the next fight.
What's this bit? Wait, Jibe, has he got the... Okay, yeah, he was queuing up the refresher, but he's opted for the blink instead. So we'll now have an extra chance of jumping in, maybe even finding that Ravage to catch Morph, by surprise. Get Gorg with the stun before the BKB's off.
Holding Cloak of Flames, great item, gives you a bit of armor, magic resistance, helps you clear out the waves, but also against Nyx Assassin, gives him free carapace on you as well. I mean, you already have AoE Gush, so he can easily set things up, but one thing to also be careful about.
Oh, Pablo. He's going to try and start off the action. Shibe's jumped in, but he's been caught by the Spike Carapace. The BKB's off in time from Supreme Shibe. He'll pop the Ravage, but the BKBs on Radix and Gork, they're already out. So the Ravage won't do anything at all against the two that it needed to catch. As Team Bolt, they're more than happy to keep this fight going. Chicken Fighters, they've got to try and step to the side, but Gork, he's in with a chase down. Looking towards Koma. Starting to tick down loads of the Spirit Vessel, but he has the Manta to remove it. As they've lost one here, Chicken Fighters. See if Pablo can hunt anyone else down. Supreme out with the TP in the trees, but they've got eyes on him. As the Yule Scepter comes in, puts the stop to his escape. Chicken Fighters, they'll lose the second. Jibe, can he get out himself? Will that blink up in a second with TP? He should be fine.
He needs to buy time. Roshan's going to spawn in 20 seconds. Ember Spirit doesn't have a buyback. He invested all of his gold into Shiva's Guard, so those healings, they're not going to be as good. You have all the three big items, Scotty, Shiva's Spirit Vessel, and Enfeeble, which is maxed out on top of it. But they're going to go inside the pit.
Yeah, this should be pretty easy Roche for them. No Ravage, no Ember. A lot of the big threats from Chicken Fighters just not available. With Gorg as the Morph, he'll be able to shift into that Agi and beat down this Roshan pretty quickly here.
They cannot contest. Without Ravage, they just don't have enough. Man, what an even game. Like, after all these fights, 32 minutes in, still less than 1k gold lead before they took Roche.
It's got to feel good here for Team Bold after having such a rough game one. To be able to match the potential of Chicken Fighters this time round. And if not, at the moment, pretty much sort of better at here. They do have that slight lead and they're hitting these timings. Roshan falling into their hands. This could be what they need to have that solid chance of pushing down mid or the bottom lane and taking down a second set of racks here from Chicken Fighters. Could be hard to defend.
Could be. Problem is they also lost a gem, so Losing vision is going to be crucial. They're not going to be able to see Nyx Assassin. So Supreme, like he is in a bit of a rough one. I'd say he bought 2 dust for himself, but needs to be careful. Like one initiation from Nyx, he might straight up die.
So that's the mid tier 2 gone. Pablo, even thinking about heading up to the high ground, but he knows they'll be set up with sentries here.
Dire's bottom tower is under
So they'll
attack.
keep the push going, Team Bold. Ults are back up for Chicken Fighters. But Team Bold's still going to feel very strong. Rajic's trying to clear out the bottom lane. There's still a wave pushed right round to the tier 2 of Team Bold, so they went up the bottom lane accessible for quite a moment.
Chicken Fighters, they cannot fight into this Aegis. I think it's a bit too difficult. Team Bold will smoke.
Gorg wants to go. Quickly in on the high ground, was looking for the chance to turn into the Ember for the slight change combo himself, but Supreme quick enough to jump out.
They're losing vision. Only ward they have left is near the outpost, which is going to expire relatively soon. So these are 3 long minutes until they can take the fight. Another smoke. They just want to make good usage of this Aegis. Pablo starting them out.
You see Supreme here. He's able to open up with the Spike Carapace. Supreme's in trouble. Shibay's in with a Ravage. The big Ravage as well. Gives Supreme the chance to get the BKB off, and they're ready to turn. They've got the control on Excalibur. Excalibur is taken out. They've found 2 at Chicken Fighters. We'll see if they can go for more. As Gorg is ticking down to the Spirit Vessel, he's going to try for a TP. If they've got anything to stop it, it doesn't matter. They'll just kill him off.
Oh
That's the Aegis gone.
He has a BKB, but not sure if that's going to completely stop it.
The Ixen trying to come in to help out, but now it's Gorg against the world here. 1v5.
He can do it.
Let's see what he can.
He's got it.
He's trying his best. He's bringing them low, but they got him with the chains.
Almost.
They take
So
him
close.
down. I mean, that was a phenomenal fight there from Chicken Fighters. It looked to be a pretty good start for
It
Team
was.
Bold. They
Like
find Pablo.
they initiated
That's
an
what-
Ember Spirit
yeah,
immediately.
Supreme.
But good Ravage. Like he immediately blinks in, and this is going to give him a lot of gold, which is going to get him closer to refresh.
Pretty much catches them all. Was anyone quick enough with the BKB from Team Bold? I don't think they were they? Jibbe, he's in. It is. It's a full 5-man Ravage there from Jibbe. I mean, he couldn't have done anything better there.
He blinked into
Top
the
stuff.
spot where Nyx Assassin was standing, so they didn't see him. Like he blinked into the trees. That was very nicely done from Jibbe.
Yeah, huge Ravage. That has just opened the game back up massively. And
look at this
with the
cute little
darts.
dog.
A lovely puppy. And look at this now. Now Chicken Fighters are up to the high ground. I mean, that, without a doubt, perfect Ravage from Jibbe. That has really put this game back in a much closer spot, if not, now a spot where Chicken Fighters are going to be feeling pretty good. That Ravage, that hit Team Bold hard.
They got the tier 3 tower and will back off. They need to address the bottom tower because there is a catapult, 2 catapults actually. So Supreme is going to farm that, going for refresher. There's going to be 3 refreshers on Chicken Fighters in the next couple of minutes. Razor already has. This has to be one of the slowest refresher orbs on Razor, because usually they do tend to rush it. But this time around, he decided to finish the Scotty by a casual plate mail against the Dead Prophet and some right clicks from Morph. And now going for refresher.
Now, Team Bold, they've come straight back out with a smoke. Maybe trying to catch Chicken Fighters while Jibbe doesn't have the Ravage. But as the timing goes, Ravage is back online.
5UP was holding Philosopher's Stone for a long time. And on top of Ether Lens, he has enough money to buy Aghanim Scepter. For now, just saving for buyback.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
It's one of the best Ags out there. It's very difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under
But it's very
attack.
hard to farm it.
Oh, without a doubt, for what was a pretty comfortable position Team Bold before, has definitely become much more on edge for them from their side of things. It's no longer as easy to push up to the high ground now that that fight gave Chicken Fighters the opportunity to get those next big items out pretty much on all of their cores. Team Bold's got to be careful.
Mars does have a refresher, so possibly 2 arenas and 4 Dar gets speared on top of it, because he does have a shard.
Chicken Fighters, they're heading out. They're going to see Rajix there. Jibei, he just goes straight with the Ravage. Ooh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Well, that's unfortunate. Now, what's going to happen here? Because he does have BKB.
He's still stunned for like 0.23 seconds.
Should be able to
they
BKB.
can grip him. Bane's grip, not in range yet, but he's going to get it.
Oh, Gorg. Well, yeah. It's a bit spooky there.
They know there was a relocate.
I mean, they saw
the glimpse of it.
They saw him jump to the side, try and chase it. I mean, Team Bold are still thinking about going back in. They're hovering around the edge of this fight. Jibei, and he's going to be able to get Ixon on the way back. And with that said and done, that's going to be that for Team Bold for this fight. They're out of there. As they'll lose 2 more. Chicken Fighters now up 7K. Very much taking away any sort of momentum that Team Bold had built up until that point of getting ravaged in Chicken Fighters jungle. They're getting the lead back under their wings, and it's looking more and more difficult for Team Bold to find that fire that they were working with for the first 30 minutes of this game.
Jibei doing a lot of work. Previous fight as well, going for solo Ravage on top of Mars. Yeah, it could have been worse, because like if he has buyback, but they saw Refresher, and they're pretty sure, like 99% sure that he can't have that much gold. Like he would be way too farmed considering you know how the game is going. So they initiate on him, they get a kill, they get another kill on Io, and now Tidehunter has a full Ravage, full Refresher on top of it, and so does Ember Spirit. So 3 Refreshers on side of Chicken Fighters, 1 on Team Bold.
See how Team Bold fare on the defensive, as highly likely that it's going to get close to that point where Chicken Fighters, it'll be their turn to try and break the base. See what the plan is for them. Also, of course, coming close to that next Roshan. See in 20 seconds how short the respawn will be. Without a doubt, Chicken Fighters, with the way that they've started to turn this game around, they're in a very, very good shape to try and force that themselves.
Ooh, double damage. Supreme has another gem. I'm not sure if that's the first one. They might have lost a gem. Yeah, that's the first gem. And the Keeper of the Light, almost a full hex. So both supports having a lot to offer in the fights. Aghanim Scepter on Bane, and Feeble, healing reduction, and his cast range is going to be pretty good with Ether Lance. We'll swap in Keen Optic possibly as well. Right now he's using all 3 items, swapping himself with Ninja Gear, getting the Philosopher's Stone value when he's either dead or when they're not trying to fight.
An opening here, but Jibei's in with the counterplay. Jumps in with the first Ravage, there's the second one. Feast Grip as well, down onto Excalibur. Coma will still fall though. Gorg, he got his BKB off in time, so he was able to beat into Coma, take down Jibei, turn over towards 5-up. Team Bold, they're taking back control of the team fights here. They're over towards Supreme. Supreme jumps in with the BKB, refreshes popped by Rajix. A second charge of the BKB.
Coma with the buyback a bit late.
They're running down Supreme, but he's got another remnant to get down to the river. He's low on mana though. Coma coming in from the back lines here with this buyback. Team Bold, they're very, very low. Gorg, he's going to opt to get out of it. Goes to the TP out. He'll be fortunate enough to get away, but Excalibur won't be quite as so, as Coma does take him down.
Coma did not pop a second BKB nor double damage. Like, he probably understood, I'm gonna die and I'm gonna be coming into a fight with another ulti, with another BKB and the double damage available. 30 seconds until Roche spawns, we're gonna see that again.
Yeah.
Like, good initiation, good Ravage response. Once again, hits everything. Second Ravage, maybe like half a second prematurely, but they lock onto the Razor and there was like no real save. Nightmare was used and looked like a really good fight for them, but with the buybacks coming out from Coma and 5-up, now they're threatening high ground again, and Dead Prophet doesn't have buybacks. She invested all of her gold into Shiva's guard.
It might be hard for them to defend, and even if they do manage to push the back, Roshan's going to be up, so Chicken Fighters, they can head for that instead. As we saw there, I mean, it could have also been a much worse fight. That time round, we saw Gorg was quick on the BKB. If he wasn't, so he would have been caught in that double Ravage as well, and then the game may have even been over.
I think they needed to go into the Roche pit instead of taking these barracks. 20 seconds. They still do have decent amount of damage, nothing like too crazy, because this Ember Spirit, he went for more like magical build. It's a refresher on Roshan. So potentially 3 Ravages. He's a bit low on mana.
Yeah,
he doesn't have much mana pool to work with, but
he's got a call.
He's got a coddle. That's true. Right.
That might give him enough to be close to the combo. We'll see if he wants to take it anyway, see whose hands it goes into, and see if Team Bold can get here in time. They're smoked up, and indeed Chicken Fighters, they're a bit hesitant to commit to the Roshan.
That's why I wanted to see them go for the Roche instead of going for Barracks, because like one set of Barracks doesn't really mean much, but if you pick up the Refresher, Cheese and Aegis, especially Aegis on Razor who bought back, it's going to be tricky. Right now they're waiting. They're waiting for these Refresher Orbs to come back online. Tides Hunter is going to be available in 15, Razors in 37.
Okay.
So waiting for 3 Refreshers, and then they're going to go for a fight. Next Assassin, he does have Eon Disc ready. Just needs to be able to unlock it in the fight.
Well, there's defensive lines on both supports. We see Ixon as well gets the full BKB. Make sure that he can survive through these Ravages and avoid getting jumped, potentially by Supreme's Ember Spirit. Smoke coming out from both sides. Team Bold, they're going for the long wraparound. They want to try and get around the back of this triangle.
Era has a full Hex now. There's double damage that's spawned bottom. No one has vision of it.
I mean, both teams are doing the long wraparound on this Roche. They've ended up on opposite sides of the river here. We will see the scan from Team Bold does connect onto Chicken Fighters. So Chicken Fighters' position has been completely revealed. Team Bold will know what they're trying to play for. They've got another smoke to continue the move with Team Bold.
Tide Hunter, he has Timeless Relic on top of it, so extra 20% debuff duration on top of 2.8. That's 3.5 second stun on Ravage.
Oh, they found
even
the
without
DD.
level 25, they found the DD on Morph. This is big.
Yeah,
this is huge.
Yeah. It's a stainless DD Morph. You got to watch out for Gorg. He gets in with the BKB. He's going to be taking down these heroes very quickly. Pablo. Oh, she misses with the jump. But straight away, Supreme, he's there with the form. There's the second Ravage. They've locked down the next Assassin, but Gorg's out with the BKB. Turns towards Coma. He's going to be blasted back for now. The arena laid down, but Chicken Fighters with their own BKBs are able to step away. Supreme is trying to get back in on this. Remnants down to the low ground. A second arena won't catch anything more, but still they're able to run down Jibe. Jibe will come in with a buyback immediately. Rajic's trying to get the catch onto Coma, but the BKB's back up. As Coma, he's going to be able to turn. He's trying to commit back in onto Excalibur, but the damage from Gorg is too much for Coma to walk back into. As Gorg takes him out, Supreme will jump in, but Pablo, he's got the control. He came in with a buyback. The spike carapace into the stun, the follow-up spear. They've locked down Supreme. Supreme, he'll buy back, jump straight back over with the Remnant. Can Team Bold deal with December a second time round? Gorg's getting low.
Oh, he stunned him. Long duration stun.
There's the follow-up for Pablo into the spear. They're staying on target, but the Hex will come out to Gorg. It's limiting some of the damage that will come out to Supreme. He's able to get the Slight and the Remnant off to the side. Gorg turns towards Jibe, but he's falling so low here, being controlled by both the Tide and the Cot. They'll go for the TP out. He will make it. Gorg chooses to back out of the fight at this point.
Ooh, intense fight.
Supreme.
This Glimmer Cape in the end kind of saving him. And next Assassin, like he didn't get his Eon Disc off in a fight. Those Ravages, like it's tough. Like sometimes it feels like he's stacking the Ravages, using it immediately, but it's very difficult. He's playing into 4 BKBs, so sometimes, you know, hitting 1 or 2 heroes with 2 Ravages is much better than, you know, not getting any.
I'll check this out again.
And, yeah, the damage from Gorg, like he goes onto the Tide Hunter, kills him second time with the BKB. There's just too much damage coming out from him, and the arenas, they were on point. They also didn't have anything to stop the grip with, so Excalibur lost all of his mana pretty much, and they were already low. Like these anti-healing items coming into a play once the BKBs are down, so what they want to do is have a bit of a prolonged team fight. Like they do have the burst damage with the Razor, and
look at this crit.
Yeah, it's insane. Damage in this fight, 10,000 damage.
No, it's pretty wild, and it continues to build up here towards the end. I mean, this immediate buyback from Supreme. This was so close to being risky. He was lucky that his Coil had a Hex at the ready to stop Gorg getting the hits in. Back over in the game, Roshan, it's going down. Gorg's going to be able to finish it off. They grab all the stuff. Refresher shot is still on the ground. That's going to go into the hands of Excalibur. That's all. Rajix. Yeah, they're nearly catching Jibe there, but Jibe is able to make it away. And now Team Bold, they've got everything to push with. They've got the Aegis, they've got the Cheese, they've got the Refresher Shard. The next push, it's going to be very hard for Chicken Fighters to defend. Gorg also with his full Satanic, getting closer and closer to this sort of unkillable territory as the Morphling.
And we're back down to 1,000,
Yeah.
less than 1,000 network lead for Chicken Fighters at the moment. Buybacks are coming online. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 on side of Team Bold, and only 1 Keeper of the Light will have it.
Yeah, I think definitely the moment the buyback timer that's the scariest is that 5-minute one for Supreme. This Ember dies and they just be game over. They need Supreme's damage to fight back against Team Bold in these extended fights. So Chicken Fighters are going to have to be very, very careful about how they keep their Ember protected.
We're getting closer to some of the 25s. Tidehunter still a bit far away from it. He would definitely love to have extra 1 second on the Ravage with Refresher. That's 2 seconds. That Prophet hit her level 25, so more Exorcism Spirits. She also does have Arcane Rune and Refresher.
Watch this here, Radix. You know he's ready to jump.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Gorg's going to start the push.
Radiant's
It's a
bottom
quick
tower.
push with the damage he's got right now. Top lane does need to be dealt with by Team Bold. I'll head back with the relocate. Now you can see Chicken Fighters, they want to try and go whilst Gorg's not here for the, it's just such a small window, 10 seconds, but they did step out just to see if they could get anyone. Team Bold weren't going to give them that though, they're back. Back on the safety of the high ground, and now the return, Gorg comes in. Supreme.
He's out of the base.
He's risky,
He doesn't have a buyback. He does have a gem, so you can see next assassin. Keeper of the Light just hit level 25. He went for Illuminate damage, so he can one-shot the creep waves. It's a lot. 680.
It's very much needed here for these base defense. Is that they're having to pull out now Chicken Fighters, and it's definitely making Team Bold work for it. You know, Team Bold, they may have the edge with what they've been able to gather from Roshan, but as we can see, they're having to split back up across the map, deal with this mid and top lane that's being pushed out.
Another DD.
Maybe this will give them that extra bit of fire to again just really try and push this last 2 minutes of the Aegis to its limits and look to try and get into the base of Chicken Fighters.
They need to farm 1 buyback, and that's Razor's buyback, because he doesn't have it.
Okay.
There's still 3 minutes without Supreme's buyback, so that's a bit difficult to fight into. So if they can just drag the game until Razor gets it, until Aegis runs out, and Ember Spirit farms his buyback, that would be ideal.
What do you imagine Gorg's going for next as his sort of 6th slot? He's got a lot of money to fill up that slot once the Aegis got. Oh, okay. I mean, you wanted to see this earlier, right? It's a great game for Lincolns.
It is, against Grip, against, most importantly, Razor's Link.
Yep.
But you have 2 waveform charges on level 25, so you can, I would say, easily break the Link now.
Yeah, Lincoln's also done on Excalibur. See, Chicken Fighters wrapping around from behind. See if Team Bold's quite prepared for this. As there's the Hex into the Ravage. Gorg's in trouble. They need to get Gorg out of this combo. The second Ravage comes in. Excalibur's going to get focused down first. They turn over towards Gorg. Waveform out to the side in time, but Shibe jumps forward. Gorg, he's so low. He's still got the Aegis for 40 seconds. He's going to let it go.
That Prophet, no buyback.
And the chains. They've caught Ixon. Ixon will put the BKB. See if he can get out of this. Tethered to the side. He's over towards Radix, but Supreme is staying on target. There's Ixon. He'll fall. Couple of kills here for Chicken Fighters. Of course, Team Bold, they were able to get Gorg out the second time after the Aegis. But a big hit from Chicken Fighters in a big window. 70 seconds, no death profit. As Excalibur, yes, you can see also a financial reason why he can't get back in. He's 1,700 gold short of the buyback.
At this point, you need to have buyback. Like, you need to just not buy items, because it's too valuable. 50 seconds without it. We've seen Chicken Fighters take fight into Aegis even the previous time, and this time around they do the same thing. They surprise Team Bold with the good Ravage. Ravage not going to be available, but he also wants that level 25. Once Tidehunter hits level 25, that's going to be 3.8 seconds and extra 0.2 on Timeless Relic. So that's almost a full second. That's 4.7, let's say 4.7, potentially like 9 seconds of stun if he doesn't like cast it perfectly. If close to perfectly, like he can stun people for 9 seconds, which is kind of insane.
Oh, Ragic's trying with the jump in. Gorg, he's going to commit in as well. Turns to the Raze, gets the link going against Coma. As Gorg is ready to try and run Chicken Fighters outside of the base.
They need to fall back now.
Quick jump from Gorg, takes out 5 up in a couple of hits with a little relocate forward there from Ixon, allowing Gorg to close the gap on Supreme, but still, Remnants are ready to play with. Supreme continues to jump away. Team Bold, they've got everyone back in the game. Excalibur's back up and is ready to shove this mid back out towards Chicken Fighters.
Supreme, he also spent all his money. He bought the Aghanim Scepter, the full one, even with the rest
that's
of
risky, dude.
It's super risky.
That is, because, yeah, buyback is back up for him, but he hasn't got the money. This is, yeah, feeling that he needs that extra bit of power to hold a defense, but it does mean he's only going to have this one shot to do so.
They need to be able to protect him with the Force Staff, with the Glimmer Cape. He's causing a lot of issues with the Remnants. Look at the spam. Illuminate plus Gush on the ground. Everyone's already like down to 70% HP, and they need to go back. Supreme's buyback, he needs to farm quite a lot. 1,500 gold.
Of course, with the pushback there against Team Bold, they may feel that, again, it's just going to have to be the next Roshan that they look towards. As we're really seeing that even with the strength and damage that Gorg can do, it's not easy for them to push high ground. A lot of things to catch him out. Yes, the Lincolns is going to help him that little bit more, but still, if that gets popped and they're able to get in quickly with the Hex from the Coil, could spell the end for Gorg's life in these fights. I mean, this Octarine, the readiness of his spells and the reach as well, of course, from that cast range, makes it very hard to play against this Coil.
I think they need to ignore Morphling. He's a bit too tanky, sitting at 55 armor right now, which is 76% physical resistance. So they should just go for the rest. We've seen that once they isolate him, once the BKB is down, when he uses his Manta and the waveforms, he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Jibei thinking about getting full Abyssal Blade, double Abyssal Blade, so has something that locks them down throughout the BKB
They're
arena.
trying to go to the high ground, but Ragix, he's in immediately overwatch. Jibei, the BKBs are out. They can commit onto the tide through the Ravage. Jibei goes down. Does have a buyback available. Gorg, he'll cliff himself momentarily. That is Jibei gone. Has the option of buyback. Will have the oh no, that was he pressed the refresh on the Ravage. So even if he buybacks, he does not have any Ravages for 2 minutes.
He still needs to buy back, I would say. Swaps his item build immediately. He's like, well, if I'm caught inside the arena, I'm not going to be able to get it off. They still have enough physical damage to bring me down, also protect himself against the Carapace. I think this is a much better option for him.
I mean, this should be an easy rush for Team Bob, right? They've got eyes on it. There's no tide in the game.
Oh, Aghanim Scepter.
Yep.
That looks juicy.
Who's taking that one?
I think you give it to Next Assassin. He has a Timeless Relic on top of it, so those stuns, those Carapace stuns are going to be amazing. He's trying to set things up.
There we go, let's see who grabs the one. Aegis on Gorg. And indeed, there we have it. Pablo, he'll take charge of the Aghanims.
Invisibility.
And they've got, yeah, for this push, there's 2 cheeses at the ready. Refresher shard on Excalibur, Aegis on Gorg.
Not too much value from the cheese. Like if we get all the healing reduction, what they got, they have all the 3 big items plus an enfeeble. So not, it might look like a magic one in the end.
Yeah, less of a cheese, more of a cheese string.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a bite. Pablo nearly catches Supreme.
He still doesn't have buyback on
Yeah,
Supreme.
he's got to be, he's nearly got it right. Well, 400 gold off. Oh, refresher. What was that for?
Refresh the slide, I don't know.
I don't know. That's all he'd used before it. Okay. Well, 10 seconds until Jibei's back up, but as I say, even then, it's 20 seconds until he has any Ravages at the ready. Team Bold, they'll make the most of this opening. They'll take the mid-racks. Oh, Angela, yeah. We are going to get Ixon going for the attacking build with this Desolator. He's closing up on the 25. You know, he wants to get some punches in himself.
He's tanky with the BKB. Tidehunter still didn't commit for buying a full BKB. I guess he doesn't have enough money. His buyback is also very costly. Needs 2.3k. That needs a bit more to finish off the recipe and Mithril Hammer. Last set of barracks left for Chicken Fighters.
They gotta get some good ravages. It's got to be some good ravages in before the BKBs, and even then, as we're saying, all it takes is for Ixon at the side to get a BKB off, take someone out of the fight, out of the combo. And they've got good saves on Team Bold. Up now at 18k with those pickups from the Roshan. You see Gorg almost filling out all the slots. He's got a lot of items that he's holding on to. Very, very farmed this game. Definitely making up for what he wasn't able to do in game one. That's just some top stuff here from Gorg on his morph. Ragic's also rolling in the money. Think about getting that overwhelming blink next. And yeah, he will. He'll start getting that shipped out. Should have enough to play close to having buyback as well after the purchase anyway.
He decided to go with Arena of Blood talent that gives them extra HP regen, which is okay, it's a good talent, but considering the amount of healing reduction that they got, maybe the other one would be a better choice. But they can stack it up. Like they do have Refresher Orb and the Refresher Shard, so like 3 arenas. I'm not sure if the healing stacks.
Yes, I imagine it would.
I'd probably say no.
It's probably just like a buff, but you never know with that.
Yeah, but the extended duration of it.
Yes, sure, that's certainly true.
And he does have like 3 Eon Disc, 3 BKBs, 3 Overwhelming Blinks.
there's a lot of heroes that just have, because of how many refreshers and defensive items, that I think for both teams, it's very hard to identify who you can actually go on and actually get the kill.
Yeah, we might need to slow this game down to be able to see everything.
It's getting pretty wild. I mean, we're about to hit the 60-minute mark. Oh, Supreme. Just a bit of a poke. We're seeing the jump Ragix. He's in onto Jibe. Jibe, he'll put the BKB, he'll put the Ravage, but the BKB's already out from Team Bold as they take down Jibe. He pops the Refresher, he's in with the buyback, as they'll have the commitment from Gorg, but he's been hexed. Gorg starting to fall over. Ixon's keeping him healed up and alive as they'll jump over with the waveform. Gorg's looking towards Coma. Another Ravage comes out the back like Supreme. He's jumped over towards Pablo and Excalibur, but he doesn't have enough damage to finish those two off. They take down Gorg the once. And they do it a second time. The chains catch him. The hex to follow up. Gorg's locked down and he's taken out. The rest of Team Bold, they've got to run. They've got to get out of it. Jump forward from Jibe as they look to chase down Excalibur. Excalibur will attempt to turn with the Siphons, the backup from his Mars. They're trying to keep this fight going, Team Bold. They've actually managed to take down Jibe. Supreme take a big hit there, even from Ixon.
I think it's time to buy back on Gorp, come back into the fight. Nixus has been doing a lot of work with these stuns.
Got another Hex, and they're building up the damage, but Ragix will jump in. Spear over to the side as he brings Zera down low. There's the buyback from Gorg.
Boost the travel too.
They've caught out the Razor here with Spike Cappers. The pushback from the Siphon Fear. Stun as well from Pablo. They've taken down the Coma, and with that buyback from Gorg, they'll have the damage to keep this push going. The bottom racks, they're getting taken out. Buyback from Supreme. Another jump forward with the Remnants takes out Pablo, but he's still got buyback himself. As Excalibur sticks around for the melee racks. The on disc is popped.
We just had a 2-minute fight, and everyone besides 2 heroes are alive. Everyone using buyback. Unfortunately, Coma does not have buyback. He invested all of his gold. How short is he? He needs he needs a bit too much.
Yeah, he's quite a bit short. That might come to hurt him big time here. There's only one range rack standing between Team Bold and claiming the mega creeps against Chicken Fighters.
That's gonna be Mega's Keeper of the Light investing all of his gold into Dagon 5. Like he's super farmed. He sold everything. So the poke damage coming out from him and Ember Spirit, like it needs to be there. Dead Prophet still has no exorcism, but Next Assassin is gonna cause a lot of issues.
It's going to be a hard push to stop. They've got the Hex and the Burst. They've got the Grip as well. They jump in onto Pablo, but Ixon's in with the heals, keeping him alive. He's up in the air with the Burrow and the Yules as Ixon will take him out to the side. The Root has caught Supreme. Supreme, he's able to jump out only just there. Gets back to the fountain. But the push continues here from Team Bold. 25 seconds until Tide and Razor are back up. As Team Bold, they're not going anywhere. They're looking to close this game 2 up as they stay focused on the Ancient, and they'll look to close this game. GG well played is called. As Team Bold, they'll take this game 2.
Man, I wish Razor had a buyback in that fight. Maybe if he sold Power Treads, it would still not be enough, but he invested all of his gold. He got that Satanic last fight, triple arena